you mentioned, in my presentation, I mentioned that people were, the people who transferred it from Arabic to Latin. At the time, by the way, when I referred to 80, before 83, a lot of workshops, research, and deliberations to discuss the language, because this wasn't only Saho, there was 6 other ethnic languages in Eritrea: Kunama, Nara, Afar, Bidawet, Plain, Saho. All these, they didn't have their own letters. So they said they need to find alphabets for writing these languages. And what happened is, when they looked back to history, they found that there was Latin GAAB in Arabic. To be honest, in Arabic, it was only local constitution, and also there was a book by Mufti Ibrahim, Sheikh Ibrahim Mukhtar, Allah yarhamu. He was the first Mufti at Diyar. He has written a book, and I was lucky to see that book, and the title is Al-Hawi, Embracing, but it was more on genealogy. So it wasn't about the language. So he wrote it in Arabic, and also the constitutions which I referred to. But at the end, 1983, after a lot of work, they said it could be much easier if we write it in Latin script. And then the books have been developed from there. It wasn't the time like they were studying Arabic Saho and then they stopped and started Latin. No, it started with Latin all the way back from 1983 and to this date. I hope I have answered your question.
To some degree.
To some degree. Which one did I miss? No, which one did I miss? Maybe I
asked you about inclusion and exclusion. So switching from the Arabic alphabet to the Latin alphabet would obviously exclude people who are used to writing in maybe Ajami or writing with the Arabic alphabet. So post-1983, in the context of speaking about lack of written sources in Saho, we were saying, we were discussing that we don't have a lot of written documents in Saho, so I'm asking, what is the connection between switching the script or excluding the script rather?
They haven't actually, to my understanding, they haven't excluded. And if you are referring to the people who have studied in Arabic, who have studied in Arabic in different places, like even outside Eritrea at the time of revolution, that's a different topic, I believe. But if you are referring to people who have been studying Saho in Arabic, there wasn't people who were studying Saho in Arabic alphabets.
No, I meant, sorry, people who were literate in Arabic, not...
Literal?
People who had
literacy in Arabic.
Yeah, so when you switch language, when you say, for example, Saho is written in Latin, right? If I'm a Saho speaker and I only know how to write Arabic,
yes,
then I suddenly become illiterate in my own language.
But do you write Saho in Arabic letters?
That's my question. Do people work?
Yeah, because in the research which they have done, they said maybe all the sounds, and he's the linguistic, he can be able to enlighten us in that, and it wasn't actually excluded. It was, they believed that this Latin script would be able to contain, preserve, and develop the language, and they started writing all these curriculums. But I don't think there is any idea for, or any sort of excluded.
Yeah, just to have a small insight in addition to this, there is no Arabic script, or the Saho is not written in Arabic script. It doesn't exist. It exists only in, for example, unofficial or unorganized, like Ajami, for example. They write Nazmi, you know Nazmi. It is religious hymn, they write in Arabic, but when you want to read, you can't read it unless you know that language, because there is no any system, or there's no orthography or writing system that is fixed. Other than this, as Ahmed said, Sheikh Allah yarhamu Ibrahim Mukhtar, only write few words among speaking about Saho, writing in Arabic language, but few, for example, few like, I don't know, mentioned in some places, like Igila, for example, write in Arabic, for example, or Garadaf.
Names.
but there is no Arabic script or Arabic orthography that is used in Saho. But a language can be written in any writing system, in any, literally any. But you have to have historical background, starting from 1840 something, from Salt, come up to Rhenish, for example. Rhenish, we have dictionary written by Rhenish, that is German, Syrian German linguist. And we come after, for example, in the field, in revolutionary period, they start from that base, because already there was the path that they can follow. Plus, other Cushitic languages are written in that alphabet, like Somali, Oromo, Afar.
I think my understanding what you're trying to say is the Saho as a community are mainly kind of literate in Arabic, in villages, in mountains, all of that. People actually learn in Quranic schools in Arabic. Therefore, when they go to school or not, that is how they've been educated for 1,400 years. Now, if the Saho language was written in Arabic alphabet, almost everyone who studied Quranic kind of schools or settings would immediately understood, would be able to communicate in Arabic. You do not need to, while introducing Latin alphabet means introducing a strange, it does not kind of go with the culture, with all of that. I think that's what we try to do. What is the impact of that on people who already know the language? They will be illiterate. They have to learn from scratch the new alphabet. I think but that debate is probably will go on. I'm not trying to say let's.
Just I'm standing here for more respect. Really express my gratitude and my applaud what you have done this great job. As well, Dr. Jema, really you are a resource for not Somali but for the whole of Africa, if that is can say that. And as well to Ahmadis and all the others who are involved in this great project. Indeed, it is a great project with a lot of challenges. The challenges can be overcome if we work together, and that's up to us, and this is our job, and it's our future. Someone cannot predict the future, but we have to plan for that. And we can look future proactively forward. We can achieve our for our children, as the doctor was explaining again and again. I got some concerns, but I think it is raised within the question of power. And what I want to say for the last part of debate, there should be a consensus, and there should be inclusiveness on the other concepts. If we are going to speak purely about the language, today we are speaking our language, it doesn't matter how we collect it and how we corpus it. That's very important. But if we want to look at the language as a politics and history and culture, there's a lot of debates going on, and hopefully it will in the future give us a chance to have that discussion. Thank you very much, Doctor. And to
Africa, to expand our languages. And midnight ethnics, and what do you have in future? Do you have a plan that to expand the skeleton of this corpus that to other Eritrean languages? That I would like to ask.
To answer about the question about other languages, the 9 ethnic and language differences, yes, it's already the plan. As I said, we started the issue of Cushitic, so we started really at the top level, And as we develop it easily from Somali to all the sister languages of the Somali, it will be easier to develop being Saho in other languages. So we already discussed this yesterday, we discussed it also this morning actually, and the hope is the team in Asmara, where the lead, Ibrahim, is not only he's a Saho speaker, but today he's chairing for the all 9 ethnic languages. Will be helpful when we develop the Saho also of the other languages. So it's already in the plan, and that's the nice way to put our people together, and we couldn't do otherwise. So definitely yes. To the question, I think we need another day for the debate, and it's an interesting debate. It took place for the Somali language. There was a huge debate on this issue. I understand where we're coming from, and when asking that question, but I think it's a discussion that happened within the community, and it's good that it happened, that kind of discussion. That's the way that we build really strong in one society, if we openly speak very well. I might differentiate the emotional, historical identity linked to the issue, political, rather than technically linguistic side of it. And the two things will change. For example, in the Somali, there was a huge number of strong people who were advocating to write an Arabic script, but there was another group who were advocating because of the identity, indigenous script. And there are other people who was doing the same debate, saying people are already trained in Arabic, so I have to shift. And actually there was a description, Latin is Latin. Latin. That means if you take script, then you are leaving your religion. That was a campaign against the Latin in Somalia. But at the end, we opted in 72, in 74, that fast and furious discussion came up with, at the end, Latin was the idea to write with respect to the Arab. So while I understand, I'm not expert in Saho language, I don't know, so I don't want to express any kind of pro or contra for one or other, but what I capture is that if the linguists say that the Latin was the good, the problem that you are mentioning is a temporary. If you look at the longer term and say what will happen in the next 50 years, 100 years, then people will come over that issue of immediately becoming illiterate because of they were trained in one way. If otherwise the problem is the opposite, is the Arabic calligraphy is better for the Saho language to write, the argument is let us sit down back and really consider what's good for the language to correct, not the immediate problem, but looking forward and see next 50 years or next 100 years where we are headed. That's all what I can say. But it's a real discussion that we need to have among us. And it's a help.